Andy and I are going to be talking about the extension of the body from the down the line view and how that affects the swing direction of going too far to the right.
That's right, Steve. We've just discussed how the need for extension as a mechanism to shallow the attack angle. And we've also have identified that great players extend in part as a mechanism to create power. However, really good golfers often have problems controlling the direction of their swing as they start swinging faster.
Correct.
Due to the unregulated control of this extension.
So from down the line, if I just did extension, from down the line, if I just was to extend, that would raise the shaft up too much. That would make the swing direction go too far to the
It's
right.
the old
correct?
jack in the box.
Right.
Right.
So
And if you extend it coming through the ball, the shaft would be changing angles. The shaft plane would be changing angles like a water hose that you turn on. It's flapping up and down, and the irregularity of the shaft coming through the ball is the root of the unpredictable nature in expert players trying to swing fast and still drive the ball in the fairway.
So what would you say the procedures would be to help regulate the swing direction and that shaft plane?
So yes, the question is, what is the procedure to regulate the shaft's plane while still extending and getting the power and the shallowing the angle of attack?
Correct.
First question, or the answer to that is, I would say first to understand that Steve is set up in a forward tilt. He is not standing vertical to the ground. And in particular in his lumbar, he's tilted, say, 20 degrees forward, not vertical. What I would say to do is to set up and preset the hips forward with a hip slide to preset the tilt in the lumbar the same 20 degrees that he's been over with from down the line. This is going to enable Steve to practice just the extending and the turning for the purpose of learning how to transfer into the side tilt on the follow through, for the purpose of being able to straighten the swing's direction and keep the angle of the shaft constant through the ball. So again, Steve sets up, he puts his hips forward, tilts his lumbar to the right, stands on almost 1 foot. He does half of a backswing, and he practices coming through and turning with his weight staying stable on that front foot. When Steve finishes, you'll notice that he still has the side tilt. He is extended but transferred into the side tilt. I think that's the important concept here that needs to be understood. First, we need to recognize the need for extension to shallow the attack angle, but then we need to be able to control or regulate the amount of extension by being able to transfer into the proper amount of side tilt so that the golfer can come through, keep the incline to the ground the same. This will help make the golfer's swing direction more consistent and the angle of the shaft much more constant coming through the ball.
While still swinging fast and still having the angle of attack shallow.
Right, you still have the advantage of the extension, but you would not have the uncontrolled extension that's sending the club way off to the right.
Correct.